Welcome back to PlayStation Corner. Today we're taking a look at Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition on the PlayStation 5. The questions for me with this one: how does it improve on the original? Is it worth your time? And most importantly, will it be worth a revisit for those of you out there that played it first time around? So without luck, hit subscribe, join our growing community, and let's get started. It's a story, and like the majority of the package, it's all extremely minimalistic. It's more an idea, if anything, that you'll dive into than take away your own meaning. Here though, you take on the role of a red fox who is accompanied by the guardian of the northern lights that appears as almost like a ghost version of a female fox. Together you set out to rid the world of the red fog that is covering it. Now as you progress, you'll get minor cutscenes and the occasional mural to interpret, but otherwise really that is it. You take your own meaning from this land that is left in ruin. With its roots in Nordic folklore, it's an acquired taste in regards to its storytelling techniques, and if minimalistic sounds like your thing, you should absolutely like this, but anyone that wants deep and evolving, you should definitely steer clear. So gameplay, and there's not a huge amount to it, honestly. It's really three things: exploration, puzzles, and then the occasional bit of platforming. The controls, they're simple enough: walk, sprint, jump, interact, but then as you do progress, you will learn new skills along the way. Think the ability to hold energy that is found in these blue plants around this world, and then the ability to even transform into a spirit form. Essentially, it makes you a ghost, meaning you can let's say walk on water or pass through an object. Just know with this one, no combat at all. Do not come here looking for any sort of action, because you will not find it. The highlight for me here, it has to be that exploration. Navigating this world is an absolute joy, as it really is just seriously stunning, not only in its visual design, which we'll get to later, but in its just general design, its layout. It quickly introduces caves, ruins, wide open vistas, small passageways, mountains to slide your way down, even the Alien with some portals that send you flying across the terrain. Puzzles then, they're okay, but they get repetitive very quickly, which is a shame when you consider this one, you can wrap things up in probably, let's say, the 3 to 4 hour mark. So I think they could have got a little bit more creative with how limited it is. Nearly every puzzle here starts the same way. You got to collect energy that can be transferred from those blue flowers scattered around the world, and then interact with, let's say, a stone mural or some sort of rotating mechanism. It's not bad, but the whole back and forth of collecting energy gets a bit tiresome, to put it a nice way. There is also then shamans to resurrect, or at least get their spirit form back up and running, and to do this you're going to collect staffs that are hidden around the world as well, and you'll bring it to their location. These shaman moments though, completely optional, and really they're kind of designed for trophy hunters out there, as they do play into one of the game's achievements. While occasionally the puzzles, they do show the creative ability the team has, I really do think it was a big miss, this repetition. My favourites, which we just didn't see enough of, were those that required multiple steps, let's say activating a water chute to access a new location. Finally, the platforming, and I was really hoping here the enhanced edition may address this, and I'll tell you now, it absolutely did not. The platforming here really isn't good, and that's mainly down to the controls. The jump, the ability to land with any sort of precision with our trusty fox, is just absolutely lacking. Every time a platforming moment occurred, I absolutely dreaded it, not because they are challenging, but simply because I knew I was about to have an argument with my new DualSense controller. Now on the controller front as well, actually, that was a real missed opportunity. Take advantage of the incredible rumble features this DualSense contains, but there's nothing, even something as simple as making it move left to right in rhythm with our fox's tail when it wags, but absolutely nothing. That was disappointing simply because it seems so obvious. Finally then, Trophy Hunters, it's an easy platinum for you right here. You can get all trophies in a single run, and you'll find plenty of guides here on YouTube showing you how you can do it in under the 3-hour mark. Sadly, again, nothing new. If you played it the first time around, this list is absolutely identical. Overall for gameplay, it's a very slow paced experience with a short runtime that suffers from problems in both repetition and then also on a control front, or at least when facing those platforming moments. To be honest, I found myself towards the middle, part of the game, 2 hours in, kind of a little bit bored. You know, I've already played it first time around. Second time was kind of less interesting, honestly. The only real gameplay positive change this enhanced edition sees is the locked 60 frames per second. Sadly though, the enhanced in the name didn't deliver in the areas I was really hoping for, and it seems it's just that frame rate and visuals. So with that, let's take a look at graphics. So graphically, it's for sure, no question, a step up from the original release, drawing on the power of the PS5. It was always a great looking game, as the team clearly had a very strong set of influences back in the idea, but the PS5 sees boosts just across the board, from the textures to the lighting to the pop-in and frame rate that I mentioned. That was for sure a noticeable problem on the PS4 and the Switch build. The amount of changes you will see as well, seriously impressive, as I said, from caves to ice to open fields to that red mist that surrounds the second half of the game. It's not all perfect, would have liked to have seen some work on the fox themselves. The fox looks generally okay, but the animation I just found a little bit weak, especially when limping after exhausting any power, and then that jump animation, kind of weak, kind of floaty, it just doesn't match the real world physics you expect to see. So audio then, this is probably Spirit of the North's strongest area. It was back on PS4, it is very much now. Well, there's not a huge amount on the sound effect front, think footsteps, few mystical sounds, it's about it really. But where the game absolutely delivers, the soundtrack, the music by Joseph Gifford. His work here incredible, as he brings life to these locations, adds emotion to a character that can rarely obviously outwardly display it outside of pain, and yeah, this is just something special. It's that rare occasion that I strongly recommend you go take a listen, even if you don't buy the game, because yeah, it really is up there. Overall, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition really is just a visual upgrade and performance improvement, and well, that's really what I was expecting, honestly, but I did still have some hope they'd at least try and address a few of the problematic areas. That said though, for the right audience, this is a very unique experience that is designed for someone that wants something, somber, something that allows you to go ahead and just get lost in its world and just kind of enjoy it, just look around, see what is happening. It never did get old walking into that next area and just seeing something entirely different. Sadly though, the experience is repetitive with its puzzle design, and then the platforming, the controls in these moments, as I said, really poor, and I just wish they'd gone all out with this enhanced edition and added just a few simple tweaks. If you don't mind the short runtime though, or even just want an easy platinum, this is probably worth a look still, but I think the best way to describe it, it's almost meditative, something to, relax to. Today I'm giving Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition an above average 6 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's also not average, and nor was it on the PS4 or the Switch. But without the core fixes, right now it's still a problematic game that just looks that little bit prettier. Will you be adding this one to the collection, or is it one you're gonna, skip over? With that, hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation community, check out Switch Corner if you haven't already. We're quickly approaching 20,000 subscribers over there, and I will see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.